And good morning. Welcome to Hot Seat. I'm Scott Mitchell. My guest is Senator AJ Griffin, now the CEO at the Potts Family Foundation. Good to see you.
Thanks for letting me be here this morning, Scott.
Lots of times on your vote counts, and we've become friends over the years on a lot of issues. Tell us about, let's start with Potts Family Foundation.
So Potts Family Foundation is the private family foundation of Ray and Pat Potts, longtime Oklahoma stalwarts here in Oklahoma City. Many people know Pat because she's the founder of the Oklahoma Center for Nonprofits and has transitioned. She started the Potts Family Foundation whenever she stepped away as the CEO of the Center for Nonprofits. And we've been doing early childhood work and nonprofit sustainability now since the early 80s in Oklahoma.
Okay, so, and also one of the things that's happened is you've got some ARPA money to really expand the mission, expand the message.
So the legislature wisely has partnered with nonprofits all across the state, and Potts Family Foundation is one of those. We have a grant that will allow us to work with communities in rural areas in Oklahoma with an initiative that we're calling Know and Grow, where we look at what are the special needs of families that are raising young children, many created by the pandemic and by the isolation those families experienced whenever they were, maybe the mom was pregnant while the child was an infant, and how do we help communities build resilience in these families, wrap around the family? How do we also train the professionals working with these families to understand the special needs that these young children have? Then, of course, it's going to enhance our mission to improve life for young children in the state of Oklahoma and set them on a trajectory for success in school, later in life and work, and for the rest of their lives.
It's been hard on nonprofits since the pandemic, okay? Give us an example. That's a lot to unpack there, but you're talking about families and children, hard times there too.
Oh, definitely. We've seen in the data that families really struggled to deal with the isolation of the pandemic, and kids' social development was stunted because their families were isolated. And then, of course, a lot of the things that we need in order to help young children grow just simply weren't available. So we're stepping in, asking communities, what is it that you need to help catch those kids up? What is it that you need to really stabilize those families to build that resilience that's going to last the rest of their lives? You know, that's the mission of Potts Family Foundation, is this early children. We know that brain development in the first 1,000 days of a child's life, but certainly in the first 5 years of that child's life, even before they were born, it determines how things go from then on. And so we're really going to wrap around those families and try to equip those communities to support the families.
Let's talk about the session. You know, a lot of the media attention always in December and January is on these troll bills, these PR things. They're never going to go anywhere. So what is really good often gets overshadowed. Give us an idea of some things out there that you're watching.
Well, you know my theory on bills. If you have to press release a bill when you file it, it's because it's not going anywhere. So a lot of what we're hearing right now is noise, but there's some good proposals that are out there. Representative Suzanne Schreiber is really leading the charge, along with the support of their state chambers, around childcare. Childcare is vital to not only the labor force, but it's also good for little kids to have access to social networks and to be in a rich learning environment and have a high quality learning environment when they're young. There's also work around paid family leave. And Scott, I think those two things go together, hand in glove. If you're an employer and you are worried about having access to childcare for your employees so they can be at work, then you also need to be concerned about the leave, because kids under 12 weeks really need to be bonding with their caregivers, their mother and their father, their other significant caregivers in their life. We need our workforce to have access to leave early on, and then high quality childcare whenever that family's ready for to go back to the workforce full time.
We've got about 30 seconds. I know that one of your issues you talk about is bipartisanship, but Senator Julia Kirk shown she can work with the Republican majority, but how important is it now more than ever?
I actually just wrote a blog on this for the Bipartisan Policy Institute. It was around child welfare. Bipartisanship for kids' issues is the only way Oklahoma is going to see improvement. We are 46th in child well-being. I'm not okay with that. No Oklahoman who's concerned about the future of our state should be okay with 46th in child well-being. Republicans and Democrats have to work together to solve the real issues that families are facing, not made up stuff. the real issues, and that's lack of resources. We need to address mental health. You and I talk about mental health all the time. We need to have access to early childhood and high-quality learning environments. We need our schools to feel supported in all of our communities. We need resilient communities around the state of Oklahoma. That requires bipartisanship because good ideas come from both sides of the aisle.
Sounds like a grown-up Christmas wish. Doesn't it?
It
All right,
is.
you can find more about Potts Family Foundation right there on your screen. Senator AJ Griffin, thanks for all you do. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.